Darian. So, Kojo of Little Black Book, he's been doing a great job. He's done 2 interviews now with Kai, and at least 1 with Alexia, and I'm sure he's done some other ones that maybe I haven't seen yet. After the one he did with Kai the first time, after the one he did with Alexia, Darian and his clown self went on Instagram looking like a whole 12-year-old trying to flex and show his money because he wants to prove that he's not broke, which I thought was so corny and so lame and so immature.
When you was like, does she take care of me or does she support me? Like you was trying to insinuate that she gives me money or she pays my bills. Like that's what I got out of that question. You know what I mean? I ain't like her answer. You know what I mean? Her answer was, he pays his own bills. No. She didn't even say he pays his own bills. She said, Darian has his own bills. I'm gonna answer that question for you. Like, Darian pays his own bills. You know what I mean? Darian got his own money, man. You know what I mean? So, I went to give him a shoe box. We from the dirty South over here. Kojo, we keeping money in the shoe box. Yeah, man. Like, you know, no Captain Crunch, man. No Captain Crunch, no cappuccino, man. This is my own bread. This is my bread. I make the bread.
Bruh, put your little dollars away. Like, no one is impressed, okay? Anyways, but that's not the purpose of this video. So, Kojo did an interview with Kai after the reunion. So now she's free to speak and air all the laundry. And I'm not going to get into all the details of the whole video because I want you to go and watch his video and watch the whole thing and make some make some observations of your own. But I do want to touch upon a few things. The first thing being, I feel bad for Kai, and then I don't. I feel bad for Kai because if I were her, I would be embarrassed. I would feel made a fool of. And I think she does, but she's trying to wear this tough exterior where she keeps trying to not admit to herself that she was played. And she keeps trying to act like Darian didn't do anything to her like what he did to Lex, like there's no comparison. Y'all was both women. He lied to both of you. He cheated on both of you. Oh, let me get to the cheating part. Anyways, so let me see. I got my notes. So she again is claiming that she was not played, and Kojo is such the gentleman, and he's so sweet, and he's trying very hard to spell it out for her so that she can see how she was bested by Darian, so that she could see how she was actually played, and so that she could see how Darian had lied to her and had omitted information in order to get what he wants and all of that. And she just refuses to see, which, it's just kind of sad to me. Like, I really think it's sad. I don't need to see you hurting, but I want to see you growing. I want to see you learning from the mistakes so that we know that the next guy can't pull the same wool over your eyes. You know what I mean? So as they're talking, she is now saying again that they slept together after the 3rd date, which is really crazy since originally they both said it was after the 4th date, which means that they were sleeping together longer than what it sounded like. So as it was presented on the show, it was like they slept together at the condo. She stayed over the night, and that was that. And then he ghosted her. But then we find out that it sounds like she had spent her fair share of time at the condo. So she had been back and forth to the condo. She even at one point made claims that Alexia had someone snapping photographs of them at the condo. And so if you recall on the reunion, there was a part where Alexia said that that Kai was getting undressed in the parking garage, And Kai says that allegedly the reason that Alexia is saying that is because she had someone who lives at the condo taking pictures of them. So she's claiming that even before Darian told Lex, that Lex already knew that she had been at the condo and that they were sleeping together. Honestly, I don't see why that matters. I don't think that changes really anything about who Darian is and about who Kai is. I don't think that really changes anything about the situation. But I also don't believe that Alexia had someone out there taking pictures. I can't see that being the case. But what do I know? During the interview, there were several times where her quote unquote receipts and the things that she was like mad at Lex, she's so mad at Lex. Like, I don't understand why you're so mad at Lex. Yeah, she called you thirsty. Okay. She talked about you being a stripper. Okay. Like, that's like really, but you slept with her man, knowing he was her man. I don't get what you're so mad about. Anyways, she called you a hoe. Ooh. You slept with her man, knowing he was your man. Anyways, but she kept referring to things that Darian said about Alexia or said that Alexia said. And so Kojo was like trying to help her recall that Darian is a bald head lie. And nothing against bald heads. My honey sports a bald head and I love it. But Darian is a bald head lie. So why do you keep then quoting things back saying that you don't like Alexia because Darian said she did this? Darian said she said that. Darian is a liar. And Kojo kept trying to help her see that. But she has so much arrogance and haughtiness that she can't see none of that. She can only see the lies that directly affect her. Then she'll say, oh, okay, yeah, he was lying. Which that's like really, 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 really sad. Anyways, so the holding hands part. So he asked her about the scene where she's dragging Darian by the hand, leaving the restaurant when they all went on their dates at the same time at the same location. Now, this is what I need to do some investigating. Maybe does Tissa Tales watch this show? Because we need her to investigate because she will find out. But Kai alleged that the hand holding was not her idea. It was one of Alexia's friends now who's on the show. So basically what she said was one of the people who Alexia is so close to and friendly with now was the one who actually came up with that idea that she should grab his hand and hold his hand walking out. Who might that be? Because Alexia is very tight with LaRonda. She's very tight with Jessica. Like, they are calling themselves like sisters now. She's super tight. And we know it's not Jessica because later Kai also says that she never even saw Jessica until after the show aired. So it couldn't have been Jessica. She's also very tight with, Alexia really is friends with everybody who was on the show except Kai and Darian. Like, she's friends with the guy she dated. She's friends with the guy Rhonda's dated. She's friends with everybody. Everybody is wearing Team Lex shirts. So I really want to know, if Kai is telling the truth, who was it that told her to grab Darian's hand? Because I really think that was an important moment on the show. She also claimed that they weren't talking about Alexia on their date. Yes, you were. Y'all talked about Alexia on every date. Then at one point, Kai even had the nerve during this Little Black Book interview to say, Alexia shouldn't have my name in her mouth, period. I shouldn't be a part of Alexia's conversation, period. What planet do you live on? Like, you and Darian every date, the first thing you asked him was about Alexia. But after you done slept with her man, you're going to say that she shouldn't have your name in her mouth, period? Are you serious? The audacity. Ma'am. Like, you really, really do not see yourself. Like, you and Darian might actually be perfect for each other at this point. Woo. I'm all over the place, so watch the actual interview because I'm not giving it all and I'm certainly not giving it in order, okay? So remember the video where Darian posted with all the writing on his car and it was like, feel my broke and all of that kind of stuff. And it was like calling Darian out his name and all of that. And he posted it with text messages where he says that Kai was mad that he wouldn't let her stay with him. Well, she said that was a lie. She said that she did actually vandalize his car, but she did it after she, quote, beat his ass because she had caught some white woman in the condo. Girl, how you get them is how you lose them. Everybody knows this. So yeah, she says she caught some white woman in the condo with him. So I guess they had some big blowout. And she says that's why she vandalized his car. It had nothing to do with her wanting to stay with him. As a matter of fact, his name isn't even on the condo he lives in. And so he was almost about to need to stay with her because I guess his stuff wasn't on the up and up. I guess maybe Phil Ma really is broke. You know, maybe he don't have no W-2s or nothing like that. I don't know. But she claimed that he was actually this close to coming to live with her if she were to have allowed it. She also went on and said some stuff about how Alexia didn't like that Kai had been in Alexia's truck. And then she starts throwing this shade about her truck that her dad helped her pay for. Ma'am, that's not shade. If my daddy want to give me a couple of coins, thank you, Dad. Like, I'm not going to be ashamed of it. Like, that's not shade at all. Because it doesn't mean that Alexia can't do for herself. It means that her dad could do and he wanted to do. So, but here's the thing. She got that information from Darian. So the two things about that is while you're saying that your name shouldn't be in Lexia's mouth, you and Darian continue talking about this woman. Because why is he telling you about how she obtained her truck? And also, because it comes from Darian, you need to question if it's even true. Because your boy lies, okay? Like, stop accepting anything he says as being factual because your boy lies. So her dad may have helped her with the truck. If he did, that's great. But it's a possibility that it's not even a real thing. Yeah, so she also accused, Kojo was like really confused as to why Kai was so focused on hating Alexia instead of hating Darian, even after revealing that he was cheating on her too and that they're no longer a couple. And so he was just kind of trying to figure out, why are you so mad at Alexia? And she claims that Alexia has been like in her DMs and in other family members' DMs trying to drag her name through the mud and all of that. I did see a set of text messages or DMs between Alexia and Kai, but the ones that I saw were Alexia saying like, I don't want no smoke with you. Like, I don't have no problem with you. My problem is with him. And she's like, call me. Like, let's talk about it. And Kai is like, well, I got a problem with you because you called me thirsty. And I don't want nothing to talk to you about and all of this kind of stuff. So, I don't know. Like, Kai is trying to make it like Alexia is this bully out in the streets. And I just don't see that at all. Like, when you go through and look at, because I'm nosy, like Alexia's social media, I don't get that vibe at all. She must be one hell of an actress because I don't see her trying to drag you. I don't see her trying to slander your name. She probably did go off on some live and some rant and rave and whatever, which I would understand. And I wouldn't hold it against her and I wouldn't say it speaks against her character. But maybe that's just because I'm Team Lex. Then this nut, I'm sorry, I take that back. Then this woman has the nerve to say that after Darian told Alexia about him and Kai, that he then had to have pity sex with Alexia. And Kojo is like, who told you that? Darian. Why are you still believing Darian? Like I said, anything that's negative towards Lex that he says, she'll believe that. Because you want to. Why would you believe that she's talking about Alexia wanted that penis? Alexia had it for 14 years. She was the one who stopped being intimate with him. Did you miss that part? Did you miss him complaining about the fact that she wasn't sleeping with him? Did you miss where she said she wasn't because he was cheating? I don't think that after he tells her for sure that he's cheating, that she's suddenly going to be horny. Make it make sense, sis. And I think at this point, Kojo was kind of just like, This is amazing. Like, I think at this point, Kojo is like, this is gold. Like, this video is going to be viral because this is crazy. Congrats to you, Kojo. I loved it. It was, my mind was blown. My mind was blown that she was continuing to take things that Darian said. And so as Kojo is kind of trying to get her to come back to reality, she goes, well, early on, you know, I believed everything that Darian said. I had no reason not to believe it, or something like that, she said. But then she still, here we are right now, after he's cheated on you, and after you've seen certain things happen, after you've learned that he bought a ring, she's still talking about some, well, I never saw a ring. Like, there's no hope. Like, you just refuse to see anything. And she tried to bring out some tea about Alexia, something about sleeping with somebody else's man. And that so much respect to Kojo, because he kind of like deaded it. It was just like, no, like, that's not what we're here to talk about. Like, Darian is the enemy. Like, Darian is the one who played y'all. So why are you trying to dig up skeletons from this woman's closet? Like, get your life. Get your life. So then she goes on, and she needs to clear her name because she wants to protect her reputation. And she says, oh, and I was not a rebound because there was a gap between the closure date and when we got together. Okay. Okay. Whatever you choose to believe. There was a gap, so that means you're not the rebound. That means that he chose you before choosing Alexia? No. No, not at all. Anyways, so yeah, she actually revealed that even though she was yanking away from Darian and all of that kind of stuff, they still actually left there as a couple. So they left the reunion as a couple. And at one point, Kojo asked her about breaking up with Darian, and she was like, which time? So she tried to throw shade at Alexia, saying that, you know, she figured out who he was and it didn't take her 14 years. It might not have taken you 14 years, but so many thousands of people saw it. So marinate on that. Anyways, that's all I got. I thought Kojo did a great interview. All of his interviews that I've watched so far have really, really been excellent. So I really like his channel. Make sure you subscribe, check him out, and we can continue discussing some of his great interviews, you know, as they come along. That's all I got. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.